Mickey Cavill, this guy again. Hello and welcome to another episode of With Enough Prep Time. I'm your host, the Nerd Man, and today we are talking about the Suicide Squad trailer. Newly dropped Suicide Squad trailer, introduced, of course, by the Harley Quinn herself, Margot Robbie. What is it? The insatiable, the unquenchable Harley Quinzel. So we're going to be looking at this trailer. Like, I've had a really, I've had a lot of, I think, a very tumultuous relationship with the latest trailers for this new Suicide Squad movie. To be honest, I would prefer if the original director was coming back to direct this movie. I know he's got a bad rep, but the guy did do Training Day. And to me, Training Day is better than every single movie that the director of this has ever written or made. So who are we talking about? James Gunn. I would honestly, as bad as some people may think the original Suicide Squad was, he did one movie after that wasn't so good, David Ayer. But I would take David Ayer's films, the films that he's done, I still would take them over James Gunn. I think he's done better movies than James Gunn, period. Training Day alone is better than everything James Gunn has ever done. Like, just that movie by itself, without anything else, is better than everything James Gunn has ever done combined, put together. So I would really have liked to see David Ayer come back for this film. I like the tone of the film. I think I could see what Suicide Squad, the first film, was going. So even without necessarily it achieving that, I enjoyed seeing that, because obviously it was edited to shit by Warner Brothers. So, you know, it's hard to really blame David Ayer. You don't know what he did and whether it was quite good. That being said, I'm willing to give James Gunn a chance to surprise me and shock me. I do think Guardians of the Galaxy is a really, really good, not really, really, it's a good movie. It's a fun movie, both of them. There's elements of those movies that I really, really like, that I think you could almost argue that they are the best movies that the MCU has ever done. But at the same time, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. Characters I don't really give a shit about. The films didn't make me give a shit about them. It's quirky and quippy and really like trying to make you laugh all the time. And I don't find it funny enough. I find more the story and the acts and how he brings the team dynamic together much more interesting about his Guardians of the Galaxy movie than a lot of the humor and the characterization really of these characters. I don't like them. I don't like any of I think Groot is my favorite character in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not even joking. And I suppose maybe that's not a hot take. Maybe like most people like Groot, but Groot is the only one. I wouldn't have given a shit about any of the characters in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 if it wasn't for Groot. Groot somehow made me actually like, out of all the characters' journeys that I emotionally invested with, Groot was the only one who made me feel anything at all. And I don't know, and I know that was done on purpose. So kudos to to James Gunn for that. But I actually felt nothing for the rest of the characters. And I don't know if that's a good thing if that's, I don't want to take anything away from him, because I did emotionally invest in at least the tree, the thing saying "I am Groot." So that's his doing in a way. He put Groot in places and in situations where you could enjoy him. So in that sense, yeah, I'm not going to take anything away from him in that. But to have 4 or 5 speaking characters that I don't care about, I don't know how good that is. And the main reason I didn't care about them is because they were joke factories. They were joke machines. Um, that was it. Like, that was their character, to make jokes, to be humorous all the time. There was nothing real about them. Maybe you could say there's some realness to Gamora, but for somebody whose family has been just completely savagely destroyed, his people have been savagely destroyed by Thanos, I don't find, like, I always forget his name, Thrax or Drax. I don't find him that. I don't find that his personality really tracks from the emotional weight of the story that has supposedly happened to his people and to his family. But anyway, that's for another day, another discussion. I do think, story-wise, cinematography-wise, the way he uses the music in Guardians of the Galaxy, I think the visual aspect of Guardians of the Galaxy, all of that, I find some of the most inventive stuff done in the MCU. So I give him credit for that, but I just don't care about, like, if they never did another Guardians of the Galaxy after Guardians of the Galaxy 1, I wouldn't have cared. If I never saw those characters again, I just wouldn't have given a shit. Same with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. They were just nice stories in and of themselves, and that's it. But there we go. That's my opinion on that. But just very quickly. Yeah, that's my opinion. That's my opinion on that. That's the way it goes. But I will be doing a reaction to the latest trailer from James Gunn of the Suicide Squad, just dropped today. And as I said, James Gunn is a bit hit and miss for me as a director. Love some of the scope of what he does and his directing in terms of like action and putting teams together, team dynamics. But the humor is overbearing. It really is. It really hurts his movies. And I'm not because mainly because a lot of it isn't funny. That's the truth of it. There's good humor. Again, I would say Training Day is funnier than, to me, Training Day and Denzel Washington's performance and everything he does in that movie is funnier to me than anything in Guardians of the Galaxy. I watch that movie at least once every 2 years. So I will never watch Guardians of the Galaxy probably, or Guardians 2 again, unless I have to for some specific reason. I find him overbearing. I find the humor really, really overbearing. What's up, Vishal? I was just waiting for some people to join. So there we go. So this is one of my, he can always surprise me. He can always change my mind. But this is one of the DC movies coming out that I am the least interested in. Honestly, least interested in. I don't care about Harley Quinn. I don't care about any of the new characters. I fucking hate John Cena. He's one of the worst wrestling champions of all time. So even on that level, I'm biased against the movie. I fucking hate nearly everything. Because everyone goes on like, this is the movie. This is the one, right? Like, this is... next year, DC is going to be fire. You will see. Hello, how's it going, Black Adam? I love John Cena. He's like Jesus. I don't know, man. I can't stand the guy, and he's good in movies, by the way. I think he's been good in the movies that he's been in, but just on the basis of what he did in wrestling, it gives me that's just another asterisk against this movie that's one of the reasons I'm rooting for any DC movie. I root for every DC movie that comes out. I want all of them to be fantastic, especially so I can rub it in the faces of MCU fans. So I want it to be good, but this is the one that I'm least kind of. I just get the feeling I'm really not going to like this movie, but a lot of people are going to like this movie, and it's going to rub me the wrong way. I've got a really bad feeling that everything I've seen is everything I feared that DC is trying to become, just to cash in on Marvel's style of filmmaking. So we'll see. So let's go. Let's start this. Let's get this party, this whole shindig on the road. All right.
Sent me the new trailer for the Suicide Squad, and it is sick.
Oh, really? Is it sick?
Officially out, but oopsie.
She can't eat. She's not allowed to eat.
Robert Dubois. He's in prison for Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet.
You're joining.
Wait a second. What the fuck? No. What the hell? They better show that. If they're gonna bring this up, they better fucking show that on film. They better show Henry Cavill's Superman getting shot by this guy with a kryptonite bullet. Otherwise, don't tell me about this fucking story. I know that's what he does in the comics, but please, I mean, come on, the ICU. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy put Superman in the ICU, and that better be a scene in the film. They gotta. That has not been established in the DCEU at all. That's a fucking leap from Justice League. Did they do that? What did they do when he was? When did he do it? When exactly did he do that? I want to know when he did that. Was that prior to Superman dying in the DCEU, or was that after? That's a weird way to start a trailer. They tried to do a mic drop there, but I don't think that's not gonna work. Yeah, imagine Cavill's Superman in the ICU. What a ridiculous... That didn't come up in Batman v Superman, that, Superman had been shot before. Or did they do it after Zack Snyder's Justice League? That's weird. Guys, you've got to admit that's weird.
Good. We'll see.
Court date is coming up. And Miss Waller said maybe you could help me out.
Okay.
Everyone stand down.
Miss Waller, I don't... Stand down!
I like this.
I wouldn't take such extreme measures if this mission went more important than you could possibly imagine. Are you in or out? Good. Let's meet your team.
It's okay, I'm not okay.
Each member is chosen for his
a little
or her
bit
own
more
completely
serious.
unique set of abilities.
I need to feel the raindrops on my head, on my head.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Had to go number 2.
Good to know.
Oh, great.
A dog? What kind of...
Great. Shit jokes. Perfect. The great... this is the sophisticated MCU sense of humor that is fun for all the family and friends that we love so much, don't we? Shit jokes. Of course, James Gunn couldn't help himself. All right. It's, I believe in truth, and I'm faster than the Flash Superman LOL with a weird lip. You like peanut butter? Yeah, I do. What is this thing about peanuts? You've got to tell me what it is about, Vishal. I need to fucking find out. It's freaking me out, man. What is your thing with peanuts and me? So yeah, we've got our first official James Gunn shit joke. by Harley Quinn. I had to go number 2. Ah, because she's pretty and she's a woman and she needed a shit. Fuck me. All right, let's go back a bit. Let's take in all the sensational, sophisticated comedy of James Gunn that makes him such a great director for these movies. Like, let's take it in, man. I don't want to miss a bit of this. All right.
Is this thing a dog?
A dog? What kind of dog do you think it is, mate?
I'm gonna go with Becca and Hound.
Oh my god, it's a werewolf?
Yo, they turned me into a werewolf! Yo, let me out!
Hey, he's not a werewolf, okay? He's a
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is what they call character development. This is literally, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. This it's fucking hilarious to me, man. It is so hilarious to me how gassed up. Not just this is what they call character development. A bunch of people bantering. You don't get to know anything about inside, what's motivating them, what's really driving them, anything. It's just a bunch of guys making quips and being funny and it's not funny. That's the problem with it. If I've got a sense of humor, I love comedies. Comedies is one of my favorite genres. This shit isn't funny, dude. These aren't good setups. These are very obvious jokes. It's very paint by numbers. I fucking hate this trailer already. I'm sorry, guys. This is my hot take of the week. I know everybody's going to be like going, wow, doing backflips about this trailer. This is garbage. This is so much worse than what we got with fucking David Ayer. I'm sorry. It really is. It really is. Norbit has probably better humor than the Suicide Squad. You're right. This is just absolutely... Oh, is it a wolf? Is it what is it? You put me in with a wolf. Let's go back to this because this is just typical bullshit. It's Taserface humor all over again. I was enjoying the beginning, everything with Amanda Waller, this guy's daughter, even though it's kind of a retread of Deadshot. You know, oh, it's the black guy with his daughter and he's doing it for his daughter. It's kind of a little bit of a retread of, you know, because they couldn't get Will Smith back because he's got balls enough to say, no, bring David Ayer back. You ruined his movie. Why is he getting punished for you ruining his movie? Plus, the movie was profitable. Whatever people want to say about Suicide Squad, it was profitable. People liked it. Somebody liked it. So again, we've got this. I don't know, man. I don't know. So let's go over this again. We've got a rat girl. You could choose any DC characters to be part of the Suicide Squad. You choose Spearman, Rat Girl, fucking Polka Dot Man. It's a joke. Why should I take it seriously? All of them are joke characters. Instead of you bringing back characters like Katana and actually fleshing her out and make it like, I would have respected James Gunn if he brought back Katana and actually made her a really good character, right? Because there were like a ton of problems with the first Suicide Squad, a ton of problems with the first Suicide Squad. But at least I would have respected if he took some of those characters that were in that first Suicide Squad and developed them. Specifically Katana, because I thought she could be an interesting character, like the Japanese thing with a sword and whatever, and she can, her sword traps the souls of its victims. You know, that could be interesting. You don't know what you could do with that, and maybe play around with what powers she actually has. But no, we're going to bring Polka Dot Man. We're going to bring John Cena playing some idiot. You know. Anyway, let's finish this.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Had to go
Number 2. Oh, good to know. Really great.
Is this thing a dog?
Dog? What kind of dog do you think it is, mate?
I'm gonna go with Becca and Hound.
Oh my god, is it a werewolf?
Yo, they turned me into a werewolf! Yo, let me out! Hey, he's not a werewolf, okay? He's a weasel. He's harmless. I mean, he's not harmless. He killed 20 children, but, you know.
Your mission is to destroy every trace of something known only as Project Starfish. Any questions?
This is where I think that the movie might be really like good. I think again, James Gunn comes up with really creative stories, narratives. I just wish the obnoxious humor was taken out, or at least dialed down a little bit, like just about 10-20%. Some of it is, I can see some people finding it funny, but honestly, there was rarely a joke within Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 where I was like, I might chuckle at best, but there was nothing like, like a good 10 minutes. The best thing for me was the fucking tree. The tree is what I love from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. The tree is what I love in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The rest of them, I don't give a fuck. So their bantering together was never interesting for me, but the story that the Guardians was on was usually interesting for me, and the way it looked visually was amazing. So I think that's where we're going to get some good stuff in this Suicide Squad movie, is the story. Perhaps even a nice villain, I think that might be the stuff. But the interactions, the constant banter, the tiresome banter between people who are supposed to be psychopaths and proper criminals. I mean, this should be, given that it's R-rated, this for me should be something like, for fuck's sake, bloody hell. I'll think of it in a second, but there's a movie that I'm thinking of specifically, which has all right, I'll think of it.
Starfish.
Oh, what's happened? Hey guys, Vishal, tell me the movie with Nicolas Cage, right? That where he's got where he's basically a prisoner in a plane. Like he's traveling around with other prisoners on a plane. Let me know if you know that movie, because I think that's what it should be. That's the tone of the movie I would be hoping for, where these are like proper sick criminals, and psychopaths that. What's happened? Wow. All right, let me see if it's on YouTube.
Rob.
Con Air, right. So to me, this movie, I would hope with James Gunn being able to do it R-rated, everything, I would have wanted this movie to be DC's like Con Air. That's how I would have liked. Like, get some serious fucking DC villains, stick them in a fucking situation together, not Polka Dot Man and fucking Sharknado and all of these stupid James Gunn can make a mockery of the situation, because if you're not going to take the situation seriously, where so that I feel stakes, that I care if these characters die, like when it's a proper DC character that I like and they have the potential of dying, if you're not going to do that and take it seriously, then I don't give a fuck about your fucking film, to be quite honest, right? I don't give a shit about who's this guy with the arms that can separate from each other's. Who is he? Why? Like, this is a comic book movie. I want to see people with cool powers doing cool shit. I don't want to see a guy with a fucking spear or whatever. And you know, to be fair to him, you know, you could say the same about the first Suicide Squad, but at least it took the gang like somewhat seriously. I don't feel any sense of anything in this. I wanted this to be more Con Air. He has an R rating. He had the ability to do something interesting here.
Oh my god, is it a werewolf?
Yo, they turned me into a werewolf. Yo, let me out.
Hey, he's not a werewolf, okay? He's a weasel. He's harmless. I mean, he's not harmless. He's killed 27 children, but, you know.
Your mission is to destroy every trace of something known only as Project Starfish. Any questions?
Starfish? This is a slang term for a butthole. Think there's any connection?
My God. Oh my fucking God. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why are people excited about this movie? Why are people excited about this movie? Please tell me how that is funny. Just like you're making a joke even out of a serious character like Amanda Waller. Jesus Christ, this is so stupid.
No.
No. All right. Let's get it.
This is suicide. Well, that's kind of our thing.
I'm a superhero.
Where's my dad?
When they get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
No. Stay off the comp.
So he's basically done Groot 2.0, like a more violent, bloody Groot. I mean, look, dude, whatever. Like, this is probably just not the movie for me, you know? I'll see. I'm sure it's going to have a good story, good visual stuff. He's got a visual flair and imagination that I like. Even, you know, something simple like the gun that Idris Elba's carrying. I like the look of that. That's like an exciting visual thing to look at. But it just seems like complete fucking garbage, trash, uninteresting MCU ripoff nonsense. And I really hope that DC, if this one doesn't go well, I really hope DC just stops going to Marvel directors, especially Marvel directors who have a very specifically MCU tone, like you know, the Josh Whedons, the James Gunns, the Taika Waititi. I don't want them anywhere near DC movies. Any of those ones with the jokey stuff, I'm not interested in them donning DC properties at all. I think this is not one joke was funny in that. You had about 5, 6, 7 jokes. Not one joke was funny. Think about that. I'm sorry, guys, man. Anyway, I'm going to answer some questions now. I will talk about the suits, the latest DC suits. I'm much more excited for the other DC movies. Even the Flash is starting to pique my interest a bit, even though I think they've rushed, you know, the Flash's storyline. But you're gonna enjoy the next episode of Superman and Lois. Gonna be flashback heavy. Oh, okay, interesting. I really hope we get Superman flashback or cameo. They better do if this guy killed, like, nearly put Superman in the ICU, better. You know, they better show that shit, because you can't just say that. That's something you've got to see. How the fuck did he do that then? I'm excited because of King Shark. You're a King Shark. I still can't believe Harley Quinn is getting more attention than Cavill's Superman. I can, because Suicide Squad 1 was more successful than Man of Steel, unfortunately. But I really like, Cavill Superman in, in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But they did Superman dirty. I'm sorry. Like, the first two movies did him really dirty. They did a lot of damage. But I still think, for the most part, Superman would make more money just in general than these movies. Not than Suicide Squad, but like than Zatanna, Blue Beetle, whatever they're doing, Batgirl. I just think invest in a Superman movie. Superman versus Brainiac would make $1 billion, especially if it's with Cavill. It would make $1 billion right now. Just do that. That's my vote. Booster Gold, yeah, another one. Super Pets. They're investing money in a Super Pets movie before fucking a Superman sequel. Very clever. It would print money. You get the right person to play Brainiac versus Henry Cavill. Get a good writer, good team together. Fuck it. Even like, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. But before a Superman sequel, yeah. But anyway, that I just don't know what to say, really. I'm just super disappointed. I like the second trailer for the Suicide Squad, but this is garbage, dude. I'm actually going to retitle this The Suicide Squad Trailer Sucks. You're going to see me live react. Live doing it right now. Suicide Trailer Sucks. That's what Suicide Squad Trailer 3 sucks. And I'm going to get the right picture so that everyone knows that this is my opinion. It is bollocks. Terrible, terrible, awful humor that even a 5-year-old could have come up with. That's how bad the humor is. I would say you're looking at about maybe a 14-year-old could have come up with this dialogue. If a 14-year-old can come up with better jokes, which they can, by the way, I've seen it happen before. A 14-year-old can come up with better jokes than are in this movie. You shouldn't put it in the movie. Brock Lesnar to play Brainiac. I wouldn't put it past DC. But yeah, that's me, guys. Do me a favor, give me a high five, smash that like button. Share. Please do share. Also comment. Tell me what you think of the jokes in this movie. Are they funny to you? Maybe they are. I don't know. What else do I want to say? Comment. Yeah, I love the comments. Subscribe for more content. I'm done with this bullshit. Unless somebody has a next question, I'm done. When you're watching Star Wars, I'm talking to Lantern about that now. So hopefully we'll get on doing the last Star Wars movies. If they did a 70s style Hulk show again, Brock Lesnar for Hulk. No. You know why? Because Brock Lesnar doesn't have I don't know that he'd have the ability to make you feel sympathy for him in the way that Lou Ferrigno did. He had a kindness about his face, Louis Ferrigno. I don't think Brock Lesnar has that kindness or humanity about his face. So no. Ferrigno is probably the only person in the world who could do that shit, but definitely not Brock Lesnar. There was something inhuman looking about Louis Ferrigno as well, but kind. He looked like a mythical. Like even his face, you can change it like a little bit so he looks a bit like a mythical character from some kind of Lord of the Rings. Like a creature you would find in Lord of the Rings or like some fantasy novel or something. Like just his face looks like that, but really kind. He can do this kind face, but also look very, very fit. Brock Lesnar's all terror. If you wanted to just do a terrifying, like he'd be a good villain for the Hulk. I think, like if you wanted to do Abomination, a real life Abomination, then Brock Lesnar would be really good for that. But apart from that, I'm gonna leave it, man. What else do I have to say? So, if they did a 70s style Hulk show about Brock for Hulk. Oh, that was already there. All right, so that's me. I'm done. I'll see you on the flip side. I love you 3000 and peace.